Welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to It's Called Be Creative World online tutorial. So today we'll be taking the top ruffles turban. So I already sent a video of how to make a body pleat turban with raw silk fabric. I just want to show you the head circumference of this because that one is a V-shaped turban. This one is a straight band turban. It's the same method. The only difference is this one has a straight band. You can also use a straight band for your own, and you can also use a V band, whichever one you like. So for the measurement of this straight band, I have 11 inches. From this place that I sew till here, I have 11 inches for the measurement of the straight band. So I'll just use my shoemaker thread as always. I'll use it to gather it at the back and at the front. That instruction is on the video of the red color. I'll just go and do that. So for the ruffles, I once said the definition of ruffles is when you compress a long fabric into a shorter version. That is the definition of a ruffle. So here now I have these raw silk fabrics that I have cut. I have the measurement as 4 inches. Then I have length. The length is by 58 or so, it's not up to 60. I have it as 4 inches wideness. Look at the length. It's by 58 inches, it's not up to 60 inches. So I joined it together. I cut 4 pieces. This is the first one. This is the second one. Look at the joining to the third one. And this is the fourth one. So 4 inches by 58 inches in 4 places. 4 inches by the length of the fabric, which is 58 inches in 4 places. So I'll just take it to my sewing machine, and then on the left side, on this side like this, now I'll fold it in like this. I'll just join it. I'll join it like this straight till I get to the last edge. After getting to the last edge, I will turn it inside out. It's going to be a very long fabric, so if you are going to be turning it inside out, you have to be very patient. So I will just sew this like this, turn it inside out. 4 inches by 58 inches in 4 I cut 4 and join the 4 together. I want a very long ruffles. So this ruffles that I'm making is also a crunchy method. You know, in a crunchy method, you put a shorter length of fabric inside a long one. So I cut another rope. So this rope is also 3 inches by 50 inches. Exactly 50 inches by 3 inches. What I'll do to this one now is I'll just fold it like this. I'll fold it tiny like this. I'll just sew this straight down. I'll make sure I fold it in well. Some people don't fold their own, but I prefer to fold it so that this would have strength inside the fabric. I just fold it and sew it. So let me quickly do that and get back to you. So moving on, I have gathered my turban. You can see the beauty of the turban. This is a front and back gathered turban, and by the way, I use 1 yard of raw silk fabric for this tutorial. 1 yard is okay. 1 yard is okay. So you can see I've gathered my turban. I have it ready, so I will put it aside. And then I've sewn my 50 inches by 3 inches. You can see it. 50 inches by 3 inches. I've sewn it like this, strong. And then I've sewn my long fabric too. You can see it, very very long, 4 inches by 58 inches in 4 places. 58 inches times 4, wideness is 4 inches. So the next thing I'll do now is I'll take my safety pin. You can use whatever is convenient for you, but normally I do use this. I'll take my safety pin into this. I want to use it to turn this. I'll make sure my safety pin is tight because this thing is going a long way. So I'll just use it to turn this to the right side. So on the left side now, I just finished sewing it. So while doing that, you have to be patient. Ruffles is just whatever you make of it. I will go off camera now and turn this out. I don't want the video to be too long. So this is how I'll just be taking it through, taking it till I get to the other side. You can see. I will locate my pin again. I'm still taking it through. Let me do that off camera. Right here I finished turning the fabrics. You can see it, the long one. I have it turned here like this. So the next thing I'll do is I'll take this one, I'll put it inside the long one. I'll put this inside the long one. Let me remove my pins from this. I'll just put my pin through this one. I'll pass it into this. I'm passing it into the long one, the 50 inches into the long fabric that I turned out. I'm putting it in. I'm watching it to make sure when it gets to this edge I will just pin it down or use my sewing machine to hold it. Let me check it now. Let me go inside though. Just make sure this is inside this. And then I'll take my office pin. And use it to hold it down. I'll hold this down here like this, but I can as well use my sewing machine. I can use it to sew it now. So I've held it down. Then I'll continue passing it through. I'll continue passing it through into it. So I might want to do that off camera. I'll continue doing that. So I've put the long rope inside and then I've sewn it here. I've sewn it on the second side too. So what I did next was I arranged the ruffles well. I made sure one place is not fuller than the other place. I made sure I arranged it well. You can see my ruffles is very full. So I'll just take the turban cap and then I'll try to map out where I want it to be. One beautiful thing about these ruffles is that place it anywhere you like. I can even decide to place these ruffles at the side of the turban here. Arrange it like this. This is not included in this class. I just want to show you that you can be creative with your ruffles. I can decide to arrange it like this. Look at it on one side. I can decide to arrange it in another shape in another side, but what I'm doing for this class is the upper ruffles. So I will just place my turban. I will just place it flat like this. I will map out where I want the, I don't want these ruffles to pass this side. Let me say from the center, it's going to come to the front here. So from the center like this to this back, that's measuring like 4 inches. Let me measure like 4 inches here too. From here to here, like 4 inches. So I hope you can see my chalk. It is somehow visible. I'll try to map out a circle. I'll just get my mannequin and then I'll put this on my mannequin head, then I can place the ruffles on the cap. So here's my mannequin. So you can see. So make sure I do it well. So this is where my gum comes into play. This is UHU gum. I will just put this gum. I'll use it to mark out the places I want to place my this thing on, my ruffles on. I want this camera to be close to this thing so that you can see what I am doing. Look at it. I'm just using it to trace it. You can see I'm using it to trace the yellow line in a circle. In a circle, I'm using it to trace it. Just cover my gum. Look at it. So this gum doesn't gum easily like the glue gum. So maybe I'll just wait few minutes for it to gum a little before I place the ruffles on it. You can see the gum. I've placed it in a circle. So the next thing I'll do now is I might want to start from the back so that this place will be covered. I want to start from the back like this. Look at it. Placing it on the gum. And placing it on the gum. I'm just taking things slow and steady. I'm making sure that I'm placing it on the gum. That's it. So I'm going to add pressure to this. I'm adding pressure to this. That's why I said if your band is V-shaped or is straight band, it doesn't matter, because this ruffles is going to cover the band. I'm adding pressure to it. So this is the last line. I'll open up my gum again. You see? So this is what I will do. I will make sure I come inside a little. I'm putting my gum, but I'm coming inside. I'm not placing it directly on top. I'm putting the gum a little inside. You can see. I will stop where I started from. So I'll just do it like this. You can see the way I'm placing my ruffles. I'm making sure my ruffles is not exactly on the same length with this. You will understand what I'm doing very soon. One yard of fabric is just enough for this design. 1 yard is okay. So I'm placing the second ruffles a little inside. I'm not placing it directly on top. I'm not placing it directly on top like this. I will shift my hand in a little. I will shift my hand in a little. I don't want it to be directly on top. I'll shift it in a little. I'm still adding pressure to the first and the second one. So I'm going on the third row now. I'm adding my gum on the third row. Having added my gum, I'm shifting my hand inside. This is the third row. Shifting my hand inside. I've shifted it in. So this is where my gum stops. So I'm going number 4 now. The fourth step is the last one. I'll shift my hand a little in. Can you see this? I'm still adding pressure to the previous one. Can you see? So on getting here, I have a little leftover ruffle. So what I'll do to this leftover now is I will put it inside this one. I hope you can see. So here's what I'll do. I'll make sure I tuck it in. This one will just serve as some kind of filling to just fill this hole up so that it will be full. So I'll just add pressure. You can see I'm still adding pressure to all the previous ones that I did. I'm still adding pressure. Still going to be adding pressure. Don't forget, don't let it be directly on top. A little inside. Just shift it a little inside. So after doing this, you can already see the beauty of the ruffles. Look at it. I'll make sure I take a proper photo so that you can see the end result. You can see, look at the back. You can see. So you can embellish this. But one very important thing is, after doing this, you have to tack it. So, invisible tacking method. This place to this place. I'll make sure I tack this first layer to the body of the cap. I will just lift the ruffles a little. This one is not dry, so I can't do much on it now. So I will just lift this up. I will tack it from here and make sure I attach it to the body of the cap. Then after doing this one, I will do it like 7 places I'll do it here, do it here, do it here, do it here. I'll make sure I tack it to the body of the cap, invisible tacking, and then make sure you use a matching color of thread. So even if your thread will show, it will blend with the fabric you are using. So the next thing I'll do now is this first layer, I will tack it to this second layer, like 7 places too. I will make sure my tackings are invisible. I will put my needle in through here. When I put it in through here, I will make sure I pick up this part and tack it to this part. You understand? And then when I'm through with the second layer, I'll make sure I tack the second layer to the third layer. When I'm through with the third layer, I'll make sure I tack the third layer to the fourth layer. Then when I get here, the place where we used it to fill it up, I will just make sure I tack this place to this place, this place to this place. Just a well-tacked work, because you can't rely on only gum. Only gum can't do this. You can't rely on only gum. And then please, you have to add a lot of pressure on this UHU gum. It doesn't gum easily like that, but it's a very good gum that lasts long. You can't use a glue gum for this. Yes, you can't use a glue gum for this. Glue gum comes off easily on something like this. I've tried it. I actually did a practical on it. I used glue gum for something like this, and after a while or after washing it, it came off easily. So UHU gum is better. There's one particular other gum that I use. I'm going to talk about it if you are in the group. I'll talk about that in the general group. I'm going to talk about different types of glues. So you can see the beauty of this cap already. I can't touch it too much now, but I just want to show you. I just want to show you the result. Now you can see. So after, I'll just sit down and with cool mind, I will make sure that I tack this very well. You can see it. Thank you everyone. Please, other video tutorials are coming up. Please just be patient. I don't do rushed work. I make sure my details are very, very easy to grab. So that's why maybe my videos are a little slow, but if you are patient with me, you will gain a lot. So ruffles, you can decide to change this position and not put it here. You can decide to put it at the side. You can be creative with your ruffles. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I also have all these tutorials on my channel. You can check out these tutorials, subscribe. Please, you can also leave a comment so I can know if we are doing well. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.